because and then I apologize to you because it's not personal. I represent underserved and underprivileged people, and I put them before myself each and every day. And with that said, let's talk about the budget. This is the process. The mayor's office proposes a budget to the council. The mayor's office did propose a budget to us. We went through budget hearings. Some of us up here didn't ask any more than 10 questions throughout the entire process. Some of us queried different directors, and they were good. They answered all of our questions. The administrators were wonderful. But some of us queried them and asked questions for an hour, hour and a half, so that we can know what was going on, why things were not getting done. We were addressing the concerns of our constituents in our districts. The budget hearing is not the time that the administration is going to go back and amend the budget. They present the proposed budget to us. The final say-so does not rest respectfully with the mayor or the administration. As the legislative body, it rests with the council. After we get the proposed budget, listen to everybody at the hearings, ask the relevant questions, then we go back and devise the budget or revise the budget. And I will say that the budget did not create, the council's budget did not create a deficit. That's not true. I stand on that, and we can agree respectfully to disagree. No hard feelings one way or another, but that's not true. When you look at it, the mayor's budget off my head, I believe, was $57.8 million. When you look at what we did as a council, we went in and moved $1.4 million of the 57.8, which I don't have a calculator, but it's over like 2.4% of an entire budget to give things back to the community after water rates have increased, sewer rates have increased, everything has increased. You mean to tell me the council who's charged with putting the budget in place, even though we've had previous councils just accept the proposed budget, even though we've had that, we're charged with that. And all we did was take 2% of the pie and say, okay, let's increase jobs for our summer youth. The reason I don't have to read it off paper because it's here and here. We took 2.4% of the budget and said, okay, let's make it where underprivileged, underserved kids whose moms in my district and other districts have 3 and 4 and 5 kids don't have to pay all these high recreational fees because the city, as we say, is doing well. And everybody's quoted the Bible. I studied it too. We're in times of plenty. In times of plenty, let's give back. We won't always have times of plenty. We did it without raising taxes. I respectfully disagree. No jobs were cut. 40 funded but vacant positions were cut. We were given the paperwork by the administration at that time. Whether it changed daily, whether it changed at whatever time, we were told that there were 97 vacant positions, which were funded. People forget that I have a master's degree in this stuff. I took governmental economics and accounting and all of that stuff and training up under some great people. I understand how money is put in the budget as cushion, and then when you vote on the budget, it's moved around. That happens in every governmental entity. It's not just Monroe. It just happens. So when we saw that there were 97 funded but vacant positions, which at that time nobody from District 3, 4, and 5 had got the job, we said, okay, now let's turn around and exclude what we call the essential positions: police, fire, public works. That left us 47 jobs that were available. We looked at the numbers and said, okay, let's not take the funding for the 47 jobs and move that. Let's just use 40 jobs out of the 47 which were left at a salary, annual salary with benefits of $30,000. That gave us $1.2 million. Where we got the other money from, I want to bring everybody up to speed. The mayor, in his proposed budget, if you go back and track the numbers, if you care to, the mayor's budget around 07, off my head, started out about 498 to 518,000. It has increased almost double in 5 years. The mayor's proposed budget for this upcoming fiscal year is upwards of $900 and some thousand. But it started out in '07, 5 years ago, around 500 grand. Last year, 2011 and 12, the mayor's actual budget was around $810,000, $820,000. That's an approximate. I don't have the actual number here. But the mayor's proposed budget for the upcoming fiscal year was like $930,000. So what we did, whatever the numbers line up to be, we cut the mayor's proposed budget back to what his actual budget was for 2011 and 12, never decreasing anything for the administration. We just didn't give him the fat. We didn't give him the extra money that he was proposing. That's how you freed up the $120,000 in the mayor's department. Then we went to engineering. The mayor was proposing over $1 million, through the administration was proposing over $1 million for engineering. Well, as for the records for engineering over the last 5 years from an actual budget standpoint had never crossed $900,000. So we said, why would the mayor ask for $1 million when we never spent $900,000? So we looked at the numbers. Engineering averaged around $850,000 since '07. So when you took the $1 million and it had some change on it, some fat, but we cut it down $150,000 back to his actual budget. So it wasn't a cut. We just moved it down and didn't give him the fat. We didn't give him the proposal. So now we have $150,000 from engineering, putting them back where they were the previous fiscal year. We have $120,000 from the mayor's office, putting him back where he was. Now you add that to the $1.2 million that was created by the party funded but already vacant positions, which had not previously been filled. That's how you came up with around $1.4 million. Then we say, okay, let's think about what we want to do to help the folks with this $1.4 million, which was already in the budget. Let's see how can we allocate it to people-oriented projects. I want to be so honest and transparent because I don't have anything to lose. I don't go out to lunch. Nobody paid me for anything. I want to be transparent so you will know, be educated and informed. Regardless of how anybody votes, let's just be real with it. Let's be real with it though. I didn't call this Elzanat. I want you to know, I didn't call this Elzanat. I did. I talked to Ms. Elzanat after we had the budget introduced. I went by her office and talked to her then. Why didn't I talk to her? I sat on that end for years. And I felt like there were times when I was excluded. And I sat down there like the Lone Ranger crying out in the wilderness.